of Wisconsin, where the Democratic Senate primary race is getting national attention ahead of Sunday's first debate. A number of candidates vying for the spot to take on incumbent Republican Senator Ron Johnson. For more, let's bring in NBC News correspondent Shaquille Brewster, who is live in Milwaukee for us. So, Shaq, no matter who this Democratic candidate ends up being in the primary a few weeks from now, it's going to be a close race with Ron Johnson.
Without a doubt, Willie, and that's why when you talk to voters, they're saying they're taking this race extremely seriously because it has those national implications. Look, the path to this controlling the Senate majority for Democrats goes right through the state of Wisconsin, where you have that vulnerable Republican incumbent in Ron Johnson. We saw latest polling that shows about 46% of Wisconsin voters view him unfavorably in a state that President Biden won in 2020 narrowly. So that's why it's getting that national attention. Today we'll see Senator Cory Booker out campaigning with the frontrunner in this race, Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. He was fundraising with Elizabeth Warren just last month. He has been the early favorite in this race, but polling shows this is a race that is tightening very quickly, thanks in part to Alex Lazary. He's the former Milwaukee Bucks executive who used a lot of his personal wealth to turn that into campaign ads, introducing himself to voters here in Wisconsin as someone who gets things done. He's now in a statistical dead heat, a tie for first place for that Senate nomination here in the state of Wisconsin. There's also Sarah Godlewski, also Tom Nelson. They are also polling well. We'll see them on the debate stage on Sunday in the first and likely only debate of this race. Both of those candidates paint themselves as candidates that have done well successfully in Republican and red areas of this state and say that they're the best candidates to take on Ron Johnson once we get through the nomination. But you guys, when you talk to voters here in the state of Wisconsin, I'll tell you the conversations that you have sound very similar to what we heard in 2020, where Democratic voters say the priority is beating the Republican incumbent. Then it was President Trump. Now it's Ron Johnson. Listen to what folks have told me.
It is crucial. And really, Ron Johnson is a horrible senator. And you'd think anybody could beat him, but that's not the way the environment is today.
We don't expect we're going to win every county in rural Wisconsin. But if we can shave a couple percentage off, we can help Tony to win, and we can help whoever is going to run against Ron.
I think that's my top issue, is getting him out. He's caused so much damage, and I find him so embarrassing as a senator. The issues are important, too, don't get me wrong, but I just think that if we don't have a strong candidate and he stays in, what does it matter what the issues are?
Polls show that this race is very volatile. 1 in every 3 Democratic voters say they are still undecided. And when you look at the issues, I had conversations with each of the 4 top candidates, all 5 candidates that will be on the debate stage. And when you look at the issues, there's little daylight between these candidates, especially on the issue of abortion, where many of these candidates say that was a game-changing issue for them, that decision, the overturning of Roe by the Supreme Court in a state like Wisconsin, where abortion rights have been severely restricted. They say that is something that is going to be crucial. All of these candidates say that they support codifying Roe through legislation. All of them say they support killing the filibuster to do that. That's why when you listen to voters, they say it's not necessarily about which candidate they want to support. They want to get through this primary because they want the attention to be on Ron Johnson, because they know the path to that Senate majority for Democrats goes right through the state of Wisconsin, Willie.
Election day and just 3.5 weeks away, and still questions around Senator Johnson and his office and its role on January 6th. NBC's Shaquille Brewster in Milwaukee for us this morning. Shaq, thanks so much.